Stephen, great to see you.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for carving out some time for me. I really appreciate it. So, if I had to guess, I bet you the vast majority of our readers and viewers are familiar with you and Fortinet. But for those who are not, tell us a little bit about you and your role at the company.
Yeah, so I lead a team that focuses on driving partner profitability and services with specialized support around the business development and the technical aspects of the business. And I do the thought leadership aspects as well for our partners around service evolution, profitability, and differentiation, based on my exposure to, a lot of the market trends and data that I have access to, as well as successfully exiting as an MSSP.
In addition to everything you're doing there, you mentioned that key focus area, MSSPs, and there's been a lot of trends, no doubt, in 2020 when it comes to security and MSSPs, and I think a few of those trends will repeat in 2021. For the purpose of this conversation, one of the trends I'd like to zero in on is SOAR, security orchestration, automation, and response. That term means a lot of different things to different people. How do you define it? How do you see the SOAR market?
Sure. So, SOAR the way that we envision it is it's a vendor agnostic sort of evolutionary technology that enables greater operational efficiency and security efficacy in MSSPs and security operations centers. There's so many devices out there, so many different attack vectors, and this is really outstripping the defender's ability to properly protect customers. I mean, we see it in the news, every week we see some new breach. So especially when you consider the speed with which the attackers are able to breach networks today, SOAR allows those defenders to unify their defensive strategies and respond at machine speeds.
Got it. Okay, so now one of the interesting things is SOAR, no doubt, it appeals to chief information security officers and their SOC analysts in the enterprise, but MSSPs are also adopting and consuming SOAR. How do you see it playing? Give us a little more detail in terms of where do you see it in the MSSP market?
Yeah, so I think MSPs and MSSPs are all sort of in a mode of differentiating and adding security to what they're doing as a service to their customers. And I think you see MSPs will outsource SOC to a SOC as a service provider, and I think for them, I think the SOC as a service providers need to be better about the operational aspects, the response times for their MSP partners if those MSPs are outsourcing this, right? And if you're outsourcing this, then in my mind, you should be asking your provider, how are they incorporating SOAR into their operations? And if they aren't, what is their plan to do so? Is it a homespun thing they cooked up in the back room? Is it a solution backed by serious R&D and product investment? I think it's critically important that SOC response times, alert triage, and case management needs to improve. And I think this is impossible to do with a purely a human approach, which I think many MSSPs are probably still doing today.
Got it. Okay, so a two-part question for you. Where is Fortinet playing in the SOAR market, and then how does that strategy play into your overall security strategy in terms of your overall product portfolio for the MSSPs out there?
Yeah, so for us, the MSSP partner is a very important partner and route to market. So a third of our revenue last quarter came from MSSPs. So some analysts would say Fortinet is in a dominant position as a vendor in the MSSP space. We like to think that. So we focus a great deal of resources around supporting partners and an acquisition strategy that also is designed to enable those partners, right? So you'll see with our acquisition of Ensilo for EDR, CyberSponse for the SOAR aspect, and recently Panopta for network monitoring and incident response. So, it's a big part of our strategy to really enable those MSSP partners and give them the tools that actually talk to each other and are integrated together so that they can offer a service for their customers and not only, be more, effective as a security operation, but also profitable as a business.
Got it. Okay, and then is just to follow up on that question, is SOAR working on an island, or does it integrate with your overall security product portfolio and then third-party vendors through APIs, et cetera?
Yeah, so that's a greid question. So the incorporation is through telemetry, right? It's the way that our technologies talk to each other in the security fabric, and SOAR is a part of that. And basically, it integrates with all the other Fortinet security fabric products. We also support REST APIs, so we can integrate with any other technology that supports API protocols.
So tell me a little bit more about, for the partners who are viewing this, what is the partner program like? How can they engage with you in a SOAR type of way?
Yeah, so I think, the managed security service provider, the demand is growing for that amongst customers. Like they're looking to outsource security operations and consume security as a service. And vendors, all want to work with managed security service providers today, right? So how does a vendor add more value to an MSSP? I think more partners are looking for a more strategic relationship with their vendors, which I really think is lacking in the space. So what we built in the MSSP Partner Program was based on experience operating as an MSSP and taking into account the challenges the MSSP faces in new service offerings, driving revenue growth, working to differentiate themselves, improving their profitability. So we really structured the program to take these things into account from a business development aspect all the way over to the technical aspects, with programs and specialized support that address these challenges.
Got it. Okay. So if I'm an MSP or an MSSP who wants to get some more information, where do I go to get that information from Fortinet?
Yeah, so for more information, you can check out FortiSOAR on Fortinet.com, or you can reach out to the MSSP team here at Fortinet at MSSP at Fortinet.com.
Sounds great. Thanks for the overview. I appreciate it.